before we get started today, we just want to take a few moments to acknowledge the tragedy in Newtown, Connecticut.
Yes, by now you've seen and read a ton of news coverage. Please keep those that are affected in the forefront of your thoughts during this time.
And we're sending out all our thoughts and prayers to the victims and to the families of this terrible tragedy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey kids, what time is it?
Are you ready to begin? Let the games begin.
Hit it! As we go a little something like this.
It's the Brian and Casey Experience, featuring Brian Thomas and Casey Cochran.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to the Chinatown. A Chinatown.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Hey everyone, come and see how good I look.
Does he look like a bitch?
Everybody be cool. You be cool.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
God, I love being a turtle!
Great Scott.
Crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does.
Adult supervision is required.
Everybody on? Good. Great. Grand. Wonderful.
And here we go. And now, here's Brian and Casey.
You want to try this again? This is like the 15th time we've tried this today.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's try this again. Welcome, everyone, to the Brian and Casey Experience, episode 27. Yeah. Okay. That's much better. You know, I figure after about 20 times we should get this right. I am your host, Brian Thomas. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm Casey Cochran. We are coming at you from the Bachelor Pad Studios in glorious Towson, Maryland.
Somebody decided to change it up a little bit. You know, I put options on there, so, you know, because
I can make up my mind. I figure it's easier to say.
Yeah.
And by episode 27, you mean take 27.
Take 27. Well, that's why we did 26.5, because we could only get it half right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's going on, Mr. Cochran?
As I'm drinking my
As
water.
you're drinking water, yeah. Are you, you said you were, before we started, you were in the Christmas cheer.
Christmas cheer.
Are you in the Christmas cheer?
I am in the Christmas cheer.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Is that Humpty Dumpty on your tree? That right there in front of me, right there.
No. Oh, that's a little golf ball.
Oh, it's a golf
with
ball.
a Santa hat.
Okay. You should see.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of nerdy stuff at well, actually, I don't even have my tree up. I have my Charlie Brown tree.
Oh, do you?
I have an authentic, well, I don't know how authentic it is, but it is a licensed Peanuts Charlie Brown tree.
Okay, I gotta ask, what is the obsession with peanuts? Well, before we get started with this little Christmas thing that we were gonna do, what is going on with the peanuts thing?
I like Snoopy.
You like nuts.
No, I like Snoopy.
You like Snoopy.
Snoopy reminds me of a simpler time. Plus, who doesn't like, the great pumpkin Charlie Brown and it's Christmas Charlie Brown,
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the better holiday specials of our time.
Okay.
Well, not really of our time. It's kind of older.
Well, you've been telling me for a while that you and the lovely young Amber. I sound like a creep when I say that, but you guys have been You've been spending your Friday nights putting together puzzles.
That was just last night because I had the
No, this was last weekend too.
Okay. Well,
you've been had.
On Black Friday,
really?
We were shopping and we were perusing the toy aisle of
It's gonna be
Walmart.
Black Friday.
Well, actually, it's Thursday. It was Thanksgiving at that point, but still.
Yeah.
But we were shopping for her cousin, and we came across the puzzles, and I was like, "Oh, it's a Snoopy puzzle. I have to get this." So we got it. It's 1,000-piece, one of those mosaic puzzles where it has one big picture, but it has like the little tiny pictures in it.
Yeah.
But why are you?
Because I'm thinking of something I'm gonna tell you about in a minute, but it's okay.
Anyway, it's on my kitchen table. Like the other day, a couple weeks ago, I was making dinner, and while I was waiting for something to cook, I was
steak.
I can't remember. I think it was something in the crock pot or something. I can't remember. But,
fruit roll-up?
No. So I pulled out the puzzle and started putting it together, and it's kind of been I haven't been as obsessed with it. She's been really obsessed with it. Like I'll come into the kitchen in the morning and notice that she's like put together a huge chunk of the puzzle at a time. And let's see, I have a feeling that by the time I get home, it's going to be put together, and it's Yeah, it's a pretty big puzzle, so I'll send you a picture of it. It's pretty intricate, and it's something to like, you know, if you're not trying to go out all the time and not spend a ton of money, and you got to figure out something to occupy your time while you're at home. So you gotta have some sort of hobby, and I figured that was
I thought you were making a funny.
No, I wasn't making fun.
They thought you were making a funny.
They did.
It almost sounds like you're trying to relive your childhood here. We're talking about Peanuts. We're talking about Legos.
Well, I didn't bring that up, but thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I like.
It's okay if you want to. Sometimes I try to well, back in the day, I used to relive my Knight Rider days.
I was gonna say you have Knight Rider on your DVD stand over there.
I have Knight Rider on. I haven't watched it in a while, but I mean, it's there. I mean, when we grew up with that kind of stuff as a kid, I mean.
I'm saying you got cars around. Doesn't like your.
Those are models. Those are not just cars.
I'm sorry.
They're
models.
die-cast model cars.
Well, you didn't put them together, did you?
No, that's why they're called die-cast.
So you have them up there, but doesn't that make you? Doesn't it make you smile a little? It makes you smile a little bit. You see,
I wish I made enough money to own one. That's what I want for Christmas.
So it makes you depressed.
That's what I want for Christmas. We'll get
to the Aston Martin.
Yeah, anyone, not just the model. But how about we come back to what we want? All I want for Christmas.
And my two front teeth.
Victoria's Secret model. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, though, now that we can get back to this, I don't know why we're doing this. Usually it helps if we have more people. We were going to exchange gifts.
Well, I thought we were going to do that at the end. You want to do that now?
Let's just do it now. Because your gift you might need to enjoy now.
I might need to enjoy now.
You might want to enjoy now.
All right.
So I'm going to let you go.
So what we're doing here is we are exchanging gifts because despite what Brian says, we still kind of enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, somebody did shop last minute. It was me.
On the way here. About 2 hours ago, I get a text from Brian. Did you give me anything for Christmas? I was like,
that was yesterday.
Shut up! I was
no, it was yesterday. I was like, how much did you spend? He's like, well, it's kind of rude to ask that. How much you spend? You're like, well, okay, it was under $25.
I was doing a little bit hyperbole there, but yes, there was the hot text yesterday. Oh crap!
The hot text.
Saying,
it was sizzling.
It
on fire.
It reeked of crap. I forgot to get you something.
It reeked of bullshit. Is what it reeked of.
Because that's what I smell when I walk into your apartment. So how are we doing this?
You can go first.
I can go first.
Yeah, give me my gift because I have to unwrap it.
I'm gonna toss it.
It's not gonna
It's gonna break up impact.
It's not like one of those like the little peanut cans with a snake that pops out of it.
That's exactly what this is.
That's what it is because it's obviously not in the shape. Ow! A paper cut. Ow. No,
looking like half the Ravens wide receivers.
Yeah.
Almost dropping that.
What is this? Oh, isn't that sweet?
Why don't you say what it is?
That's touching.
Brian is actually...
You made the cold-hearted bastard almost tear up.
His heart just grew 3 sizes, ladies and gentlemen.
The Tin Man found his heart.
So, Brian...
It is the Mike O'Mara Show's Road Trip 2011. What could possibly go wrong? That is very sweet, Mr. Cock, and I can't say thank you
I was
enough.
really nervous that you were going to get it.
And you took off the price tag, too. That was very nice.
Actually, and you know who shipped that?
Who?
Our very good friend, Mark Rock.
You mean he shipped it?
I don't know. All I know is I ordered it and I get an email from him saying it was getting ready to ship and like all the stuff had his name all over it.
Okay.
So he is the business manager, so.
Well, that's true. Okay. Now I can toss one of these things to you. I got you 2 things.
I'm afraid.
Don't worry. I'm not going to do anything
You're going to
stupid.
chuck one at me.
Oh. What is this, Mr. Cochran?
Uncle Mike's Meat Snacks. Beef jerky, spicy hot.
Ooh,
because Brian knows I like my meat snacks.
You love the meat. Just don't, if you're spending a night with Amber, and you can take this any which way you want, you might want to eat that when she's not there.
Actually, it's really funny because before I left, I had this spicy buffalo chicken cheesesteak. And as I'm literally cramming it in my mouth as I'm walking out the door. And then of course, as any couple that's still, very much infatuated with each other, she's like, "You're not leaving without giving me a kiss." I was like, "I got a mouthful of buffalo sauce." She's like, "Just come over."
I got a mouthful of meat. which is nothing new there.
I was like,
you know?
I'm going to enjoy this more than you are.
I'm trying to get this out of here. That's what she said. Anywho, what I have here, Mr. Cochran, because I wait last minute, and it makes a nice dinging sound. Why don't you tell us about it?
This is the Samuel Adams Winter Classics Variety Pack. Excuse me, which contains my new favorite winter beer, the Sam Adams White Christmas, that Brian talked about. It was a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind, I'm going to open this up.
By all means, it's chilled.
It's chilled.
Yeah, it was chilled when I got it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
There's the ding. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I don't have a
bottle opener.
Yeah, I'll just have to wait.
You want to take 2-second break and we get a bottle opener?
Yeah, you can
take a 2-second break.
You know
we can pause this for a minute. So, you were telling us about the beer. Why don't you just start over describing the beer again?
All right, there we go. Hold on.
Okay.
There we go. Let's take a little sip to refresh the palate.
Well, as you're sipping your gift, why don't you tell us about it? What do you have there?
I can't talk and drink beer at the same time.
Yeah. Because you can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So why could you sip a beer and talk at the same time?
Exactly. This is delicious. So, let's see.
That's what she said.
It's a white ale, unfiltered white ale blended with, let's see, cinnamon, nutmeg, and orange peel. Mm-hmm. You can really taste the orange peel.
Don't get all technical on me. It tastes good, right?
It tastes really good.
Obviously, I'm the inconsiderate prick here because you put way more thought into your gift than I did into mine.
I don't know. I do like my meat snacks and my beer.
You like meat and you like, you like getting tipsy. What guy doesn't?
Exactly.
Right.
You know what? I never really put the connection together. You've had the White Christmas before.
I have.
It's almost like a better version of
I've also given
blue.
one too. I'm sorry.
I don't. Facepalm. It tastes like a better version of like a Blue Moon kind of, almost like not like a different level. Do you know what I mean?
I just had my O face right there.
No, because it has the orange peel. Because Blue Moon is brewed with orange.
Yeah, I haven't had it in a couple of weeks, but I'll take your word for it. It's very,
It's probably an unfair comparison because Samuel Adams.
I was going to go, if I had more time, because it's been a really busy week or whatever, but I was going to go to Spencer's, get something for you and the missus. I mean, miss. Sorry, I was going to, maybe the, tie yourself up kind of stuff or, the Miley Cyrus blow up doll or something like that.
Weird.
But hey, that's what those crazy kids are into. I don't know.
Miley Cyrus,
yeah. Oh, I don't know. Anywho, though, Merry Christmas, early Christmas, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff, little things we want to get to today. First of all, I want to talk about keeping in the Christmas spirit today, being, whatever. I want to talk about last weekend when, we kind of teased it just a tad that, you and Miss Amber were taking me to, a Christmas party last week.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to start off right away. Dude, what the hell were you wearing there?
So I wore, it's actually funny backstory about that vest.
Okay.
That vest, I actually.
Casey was wearing a vest, by the way.
I was wearing a vest.
And nothing else in the Chippendale.
Yeah, exactly. It was purchased, for my friend's wedding last year around this time. And that was what the entire group, I wasn't a groomsman. There was only the best man.
Right.
So there's the best man and then the two ushers. So all the men were wearing the vests.
Okay.
That's how I came to acquire it. But I was like, you know what? I'm getting dressed. I'm like, I want to wear something more than just a, button up white shirt.
Right. Cause you were telling me, I asked you, I was like, how should I dress? I mean, I knew kind of how I was going to dress because that's, me and I like to, I like to set a fashion statement.
You feel like you need to
dress to impress.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I do that. I think most of the time. There was no black tight t-shirt. It was a black sweater.
Thank you. You look very well put together.
I did. Thank you. I appreciate it. I always do. Anywho, though, I was telling you, I was like, Case really looks familiar tonight. He looks like somebody I've seen before or something. And then I'm like,
I look damn good. I look damn good.
Psst. Hotness. And then I'm like, it just hit me all of a sudden. I was like, he looks like Brandon Flowers from The Killers.
See, I never would have made that connection. You know way more about pop culture than I thought you did.
Maybe I do. I have no idea. And this is like more recent Brandon Flowers after Hot Fuss. And, you know, he's got the goatee and kind of like that punk rocker look to him or whatever. Not punk rocker, but emo rock look. Anyway, he had the jeans, he had the gray vest and the white shirt. And as soon as I pulled up a picture, damned if it wasn't Casey Cochran / Brandon Flowers.
Did we actually post that picture on
posted the picture under your profile. I tagged you in it, as a matter of fact.
Okay, I saw that.
We might have to repost it, though.
I
need to do a Photoshop back to back. Side.
Yeah, if you can put the Photoshop together, we'll put it on the Facebook page. I showed it to somebody, and they disagreed with your assessment. But I mean,
your girlfriend and the rest of the
everybody
crew there,
thought it was,
the other one person that was talking to us there.
But the funny thing is that not only did he say, "Oh my God, you look like Brandon Flowers," he kept running this joke into the ground for about 4 hours. So we
were not there for 4 hours.
Whatever, we were playing beer pong, and he'd make a shot, and he's like, "What's that?" And then play a Killer song.
Yeah,
and then everybody got a big kick out of it.
Yeah,
and
I'm here to entertain. That's what I do. I'm Brian Thomas. I do funny things.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Well,
but I wanted your impression of the party, though.
I think I had more fun than you did. You seemed a little
maybe
down.
So. Maybe I pissed off somebody there. It feels like I pissed off the hostess.
You do that all the time.
Yeah, but you understand my sense of humor. Amber understands my sense of humor. Certain people don't get my sense of humor, though.
AKA everybody who doesn't know you.
No, it's not true, though.
No, that's
okay.
True.
Maybe partially true.
The thing is, though, you do come off, even I understand your sense of humor, and sometimes you piss me the hell off just because you.
Yeah, but I know to push you a little bit more. That's why. I know what buttons to push.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You sometimes, you like to push the boundaries a little bit with the snarkiness. The sarcasm.
Sarcasm, that's snarky. I don't do snarky stuff.
I don't know. I don't even know what snarky means.
You just use it because you've heard it somewhere before.
It's, I like to pull things.
Anyway, though, the point we're getting at is the hostess, which was, Amber's friend. I don't remember her name. We'll leave it out. Anyway, though, we, it was her house, and we went over there, and I did what I usually do, and I pissed off the wrong person, and I had to do a long apology from what I remember, and
it wasn't a long apology.
It wasn't a long apology, but I guess
I forget what you said. I mean,
I don't even know what I said.
What you said wasn't that bad.
I only had like maybe 1 or 2 drinks that night.
No, you weren't doing it out of
but more of the reason I brought it up that night is just because it felt like I made the post as soon as I got home, and I think I don't know if you saw it or not.
I saw it.
It'd be like, the party, I don't know what time we got to the party. I'm going to say 10:30, 11.
We got there about 11 o'clock.
Okay, we got there at 11. Within an hour and a half, everybody was gone.
Yeah. I had fun. I think we were there for about 2 hours. Did you just fart?
No.
Look,
the dog.
Oh, yeah, of course, blame it on the dog. Now, Brian, sorry about the interruption there. Brian's like wafting away from his crotch region, trying to crop dust from his lazy boy.
Yeah.
But, no, we were there for about 2 hours.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Exactly. Yeah, we were there for about 2 hours. Brian pissed off the hostess.
But that's not the reason everybody left, though.
I think you kept saying that she was terrible at beer pong, I think is what it was.
I'm not going to argue because I don't remember.
But
the point is, like, wow, we are getting old. Everybody was dressed up. When you say Christmas party, I mean, I didn't know it was going to be like dressed up like that, and I didn't know that it was going to be, girls in dresses and guys in ties.
Wouldn't you rather have that though? Because then
that's fine, but it's just a sign that we're getting older, and it's just but everybody leaving by 12:30.
That was strange.
That was a little. That's what got me though more.
But, I mean, I think I had fun while I was there. I can have fun with pretty much...
After we lost every single beer pong ball.
They were up on a porch and we're playing beer pong and all the balls fell off the deck.
Did you hate it when that happens?
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
And, now I enjoyed watching you and irritating her.
Did you?
It was funny. But she was also...
somebody was a little more toasted than all of us.
She had been
everybody.
She had been partying, I think, since like 5. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So she started early.
I'm not trying to bust anybody's balls or stuff. But I'm just saying, just what I noticed there. It was an interesting party. One of the many other signs that I'm getting old. I
threw a wine and cheese party last year for New Year's.
Cheese party.
But we didn't eat the cheese because we went out to dinner beforehand and everybody was full. So by the time we got back, everybody's like, where's the wine? Let's get the wine. I drank all the wine, didn't touch the cheese. And I probably spent 4 hours picking out the cheese and then cutting it all up and putting like little toothpicks in it and being all fancy.
Oh, good for you.
And no one cared.
Exactly.
And then it took me 5 days to clean up my house. So I was like, no, not this year. Sorry,
Are we at that age where we throw the wine and cheese parties? And then,
what's wrong with that?
Didn't you ever see the episode of How I Met Your Mother? Because I'm starting to watch that show more often. And they had, Barney and Ted. They go to like one of the most fancy clubs that they could in New York City or wherever it takes place. And then Jason Segel and the band geek girl, they're back at their place and they're throwing
I've seen that episode.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, well maybe we're getting to that point,
You can't, when you're our age, you can't throw down like you're 22
No, and I don't want,
night.
and that's the thing, I don't want to, but
Exactly.
it's just like, it's kind of hitting me though a little bit, I don't know.
I don't know. But you also feel a little bit more being in Towson because you're in the middle of a major college. So every time you can't, what did, Brian Williams said on the concert?
No.
You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a college student around here. No cats were harmed in the making of the statement.
Well,
even though I hate cats.
Yeah, I can tell you I don't know. The whole partying thing, even last night I went out for a little while.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too much into it, but just touch on it anyway. Yeah. Went back to Rockville.
Maryland. Where'd you go in Rockville?
Maryland, huh?
What'd you do in Rockville?
Our favorite place in
Quench?
Rockville. Quench.
That's the only place I know in Rockville.
That's the only one, aside from the Giant, which I told you a story that I'm not going to tell you about again.
What, did you went in there to
you
number
hole?
Hey, I'm just, we've all been
I'm not going to do it in a public bathroom.
That was,
and let me rephrase it. I'm editing that out. I don't care.
Why?
I don't want to talk about it.
I told you
we're not that kind of show. Not that.
Wait a second. How many times have I talked about my bowel movements?
I'm not talking about it.
Brian's embarrassed.
Yes, I am.
Why?
So
I told the story how I took a dump in a urinal.
That was you when you were drunk.
No, I wasn't. I was not two. I was in elementary school. I was planning on doing that from
when
the beginning.
You told the story, you were drunk.
No, it wasn't.
Anywho.
No, it wasn't.
I did go back. I had a little, I went to a little party anyway last night and hung out with, same crew practically all over again.
Okay.
But, I did this one solo this time.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I apologize. I originally
wanted you to come. I really mean that.
I originally had planned to. It's kind of, the whole situation is interesting because
you were too busy doing a Snoopy puzzle.
Well,
there's no other way to say it.
No, I originally, Amber's cousin was going to have a birthday party that night and then go out in Fed Hill. And then what happened was they moved it to Thursday night so he could just go out partying on his birthday.
Okay.
And so I found that out last minute, but either way, I had the 5K, or not the 5K, the 5 miler this morning in Druid Hill. And I've ran races where I've been out all night before and it's just miserable.
Yeah, history has shown that.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to take it easy. Plus, like, I've been so busy lately. I needed a night to relax.
Okay.
And
we all need that. I'm going to have one of those nights tonight. I guarantee you that.
Yeah. And when my schedule opened up, I was like, I'm just going to relax and then and then do my race in the morning and take Saturday to relax.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, anyway, though, I went over there and, going to a bar by yourself, it's already awkward to begin with. I've done that before.
It gets easier.
Yeah, but I knew what to expect anyway. And I was like, I'll go to a bar. I'll get the good old cheeseburger that, falls apart. It's still mooing.
Moo.
Start off asking for a Jameson and diet. Now, what do you think would happen normally when you go to a bar when you ask for the Jameson diet? You get a Jameson and diet mixed together. No.
They brought it separate.
Yeah.
I've never had a Jameson and diet, so
yeah.
I feel like that's your bastardizing Irish whiskey, but
Yeah. Well, I mix my drinks and I was drinking Jameson straight up last night. And then I had
to my world.
You can do that. I can't. That's the thing though. I like having mixed stuff or whatever. Anyway, I had another drink out there called the Quench. It had like vodka and all kinds of crazy. It was like a girly drink or whatever.
I don't like. See, I like to keep it simple.
Yeah.
When I drink, I like my
KISS.
Keep it simple, stupid.
There you go.
Get my beer, get my liquor straight. Maybe mix in a Coke.
Yeah.
But I don't like to get all fancy.
Yeah. And I had another drink called the American. Orange vodka, coconut syrup, white cranberry, and lime juice. And which kind of is the point why I was there, because I was there for the Mike O'Mara show DVD Reno release. And I'm not trying to whore them out, but that's why I was there. Anyway, though, I went there and I got the DVD. I can add that to my Christmas gift also. I have a lot of stuff to watch. Got some signatures. Really, really a lot of fun though.
Did you talk to Mark at all?
Did talk to Mark.
Did you happen to talk about the interview at all? I'm just curious.
I did thank him for the interview or whatever. He was, I don't want to say he was cool, but I think he maybe had a lot on his mind that night. There's a lot going on, I think. He was really busy or whatever, but he did have time to sign the DVD Ghost Skins and You Can Kiss My Ass. Anyway.
I did thank him on Facebook.
Yeah.
He said he listened to it, so.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's not happy with me, because you weren't busting him. I was. So either way, I was, when I text you, I was like, oh yeah, I'm just sitting at the bar, and I was like, Case, guess who's sitting next to me at the bar? I'm sitting next to Mike O'Mara. Oh my God, it happened again. And, starstruck once again. And, I don't know. It once again, like when you see a celebrity, you get excited. Okay. And he is a celebrity, and he's drinking his Coors Light, and he's like, can I just get a chilled shot of vodka or whatever? What's it gotta take to get a chilled shot? I was like, I have no idea, sir. I have no idea.
Did he say that to you?
Yeah, he said that to me, and he said next to me the whole time. So he's sitting on those awkward stools, which first of all really sucked there.
Yeah,
by the way.
did suck.
Yeah, and
so he didn't offer to buy you a drink when the bar was closed.
No, well, Rob Spiewak did. He's like, "Hey, sweater, get over here. We're doing a car bomb." Gotta drive. Gotta drive. I can't do that. No. But we ended up talking, and I asked him, I was like, we were talking about women there and talking about how this one girl was looking good or whatever. And
Rob with a Spiewak?
No, with Mike O'Mara.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I was like, if you don't mind me asking, I was like, can you give me some advice for somebody who's recently been separated? And he gave me advice.
What?
Yeah. He's like,
can you say the advice?
I can say the advice. Yeah. No, okay. I mean, he's like, I've made my money back in my day, or I've made, I was doing really good. He's like, but it really didn't matter. He's like, I could have had the cars, the houses and the boats, but I kept it, I was good with it. But he's like, the most important things are friends, family, and, just living life, traveling, doing whatever. He's like, he's like, sometimes you might get times when you're lonely or whatever. He's like, he said he was that kind of a guy too, or whatever.
Well, I think everybody is.
And somebody, it's just whatever. And, but, just having a conversation with him, and he's saying jokes. He did his Jimmy Cerrito impression the whole time.
And nobody knows what you're talking
about.
No,
and I'm not going to get into it too much, but, it was a really, really good time, but I am running on 3 hours to 4 hours of sleep right now, and I am drinking nothing but water and coffee all day. I think I'm about to go on coffee number 5 today soon too.
Wow.
But it was a lot of fun though. I mean, it's just, once again, it's nice to be able to, carry on with a celebrity or, or somebody you look up to.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I kind of wish I
could can give you advice. But the point I'm trying to get is actually I did miss you last night, because it was just going to a bar by yourself. It's still, but I was nice to talk to some, other people that had other fans that had the common interest that I do, that understand the show. We were making all kinds of jokes, and we were having a great time though.
If I can give you a piece of advice, I wouldn't be afraid to go to a bar by yourself. It's a little bit different because you live out here in Towson. But for me, when I first moved to Fed Hill, I refused to go out by myself. But the problem was none of my friends lived in the city. So I didn't have anybody else close to that lived near me.
Yeah.
And one day I had a bunch of vacation time, and it was like a use it or lose it situation.
Yeah.
So I took a week off, and I was like, what am I going to do? And I got bored after the first day, and I was like, I'll just go out to eat. And I went down to the bar, got some food, and then ended up, I just ended up talking to these group of people, and that's how I ended up on the trivia team.
Okay.
And so it just kind of, just you can't be afraid to go out by yourself and explore.
Done it before, but it's just not fun.
It's not fun. I mean, you got to find the right place, and
Maybe
you just
that's what it is.
It's not always going to be fun, but occasionally you find people that you start up a random conversation with, and maybe you'll make a friend, maybe you won't.
Yeah, and I did. The guy I was talking to last night, we were just making all kinds of jokes, and we were able to talk TMOS, and it was really good. That made it a whole lot better.
That's cool.
But you were talking about not knowing what to do with your time, and you say that's coming up in the next couple of weeks too.
Yeah, I don't know.
So how do you plan on spending all this time? I mean, you can't do puzzles all the time. I mean,
2 weeks. I don't know. I got a lot of housework I got to clean. Like, I'm just going to deep clean my entire house.
Right.
I figured that'll take 2 or 3 days.
How about Christmas shopping? Have you done your Christmas shopping?
Did all my Christmas shopping.
Damn it. I haven't even started mine. Like I said to you, you're the only one who I actually did Christmas shopping for, and you were the easiest out of everybody.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with all the time. I know I need to get some things done around the house. Like, I want to hang up some shelves on the wall so I can kind of organize some things a little bit.
Right.
So that's got to happen. I got to take a bunch of stuff to Goodwill. That's got to happen. So I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to get stuff done around the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just want to relax. Like, honestly, I just want to sit on the couch, maybe play some video games.
Why don't you go get a new video game or finish up the video games you have?
I have. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish up the video games I have.
Go buy Black Ops 2 and play me on that.
I'm thinking about it.
You should. That's a lot of fun. If I haven't told you already.
Yeah, you were telling me about it last week. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm actually good at this game now.
See, I don't want to get a PlayStation 1. I want to play against you, but I don't want the PlayStation version. I want to buy Black Ops, but I'm also I know I'm getting at least 2 video games for Christmas.
Okay.
So I don't want to get another one and have the situation where I have all these new video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like sticking with one video game. That's the thing, though. But, I mean, you can't sit around playing video games all day either, though.
No, I'm sure I'll go to the bar, hang out with my friends.
Of course you will.
Well, I mean, I haven't been out a lot lately, so I know the trivia team's going out for next Friday, I think, for the End of the World thing. It's a funny story. We got first place for the league, I guess it'd be the fall league. Mm-hmm. So it's the second year in a row we've gotten the fall league first place. So
this is your trivia team that you do every Tuesday.
It was close. It was close, but we got first place.
Well, congratulations.
And then part of that we got a happy hour special. So you're invited if you want to come out.
There you go.
I can get you in. I know people.
You do big things. Casey does.
I would say last time we celebrated our win. It got a little interesting. So.
Okay. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Let's just say we ended up at a gay bar by accident, and my friend was hitting on these 2 girls, and then they started making out with each other.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check a wow. Oh.
We didn't know we were at a gay bar at the time, and then we figured it out. We're like, oh, okay.
Just for the record, when I said I want to go to a karaoke bar, I don't want to go to that kind of bar. Okay.
Well, they do have
kind of karaoke.
They do have karaoke.
I voted for question 6, but I don't want to see it all the time, though. You know what I mean?
We can find a karaoke. You know what? We'll find a karaoke place.
Stop it. Casey. Thank you.
I think if you want to go to karaoke, I mean, I've heard you saying, I'm not sure why you want to go to karaoke.
I really want to. I have a bet with somebody, about playing a friend of mine from work, and she said that she challenged me to Rock Band or Guitar Hero, something like that, whatever. And the bet is, that I would have to go sing, no, the bet is that she would do karaoke and that I would have to do Gangnam Style or have to do one of those kind of dances or whatever it is.
Okay.
I don't know. But the point is though, I want to find a karaoke bar. I want to sing.
We'll figure it out. I'll get on it. My people call your people.
I have no people.
Well, either do I.
I'm going to bars by myself.
Either do I. So.
Yeah. Anyhow, how about this? We go to break.
Okay.
When we come back, we want to talk a little bit more about Christmas. I want to get in the holiday spirit. You say you are. I'm still not, per se. I don't know. And you wanted to tell me about the. We might have a box spring update.
We got some updates.
We got a couple updates.
And I have a funny story about my.
I love a funny story.
Recent experiences with public transportation.
Oh dear God. Can't wait to hear this. Yeah, I can't wait to hear this. Anyway.
You had to think about that for a second.
Lost my train of thought. That's all when we come back. This is the Brian and Casey Experience.
The Diet Coke of Radio Podcast. Brian and Casey.
a little reindeer. This is my favorite Christmas song.
Really?
Yeah. Welcome, everybody.
I like when they play this at the beginning of Die Hard.
Yeah.
What do you mean? This ain't Christmas music.
Hold on.
Sorry.
I like the part where he's like, I wouldn't steal from Santa, because that ain't right. I don't know.
Okay.
Now, welcome, everybody. This is the Brian.
You want to take that hat and just like move it to the side a little bit.
Hold on.
Welcome to.
There we go. Yeah.
I see. Ah, there it is. You know.
I can't fit my headphones on top of it.
It's so big.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. This is the Brian and Casey Experience, and you're listening to Christmas in Hollis, Queens from Run DMC. Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens.
DJ Casey on the ones and twos over here. You know. Can I get a request for Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas?
This ain't Burger King. We don't do it your way.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. You know, this puts me in the Christmas spirit. You know what I need to do? I need to watch Christmas movies.
Die Hard.
Die Hard, Home Alone,
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation, Santa Claus.
The classics. Bad Santa.
Oh, do you own that?
I do. I have it on DVD.
I need to find that, actually.
It's classic.
It's I've never seen it all the way through.
It's really good.
You know, I've seen majority of it.
I like the unedited, like the uncensored, unedited version.
Yeah.
Or no, that's not the right word. The unrated. There we go.
Yeah, unrated version. Yeah. Unrated stuff is very good. Yeah.
Usually they just add like 2 minutes of the movie and then just call it a day.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of another Christmas movie.
Jack Frost.
No, I was gonna say Jingle All the Way.
I haven't seen that in years.
Get the Turbo Mundo. That's so bad.
Sinbad. Sinbad's a man.
Sinbad. God.
When's the last time you've seen Sinbad in anything?
You want to hear a funny Sinbad thing right here?
All right.
Remember in middle school, okay, they were teaching you about the birds and the bees.
You watched on a Sinbad special?
Sinbad, you'll love this, okay? You ready for this? Sinbad they were talking about condoms.
This is a movie. This is a movie they play.
It's like one of those specials that
Education
specials. Sinbad was playing a condom.
What?
I swear to Christ.
I had to find this clip. I wonder if it's on YouTube.
No, Sinbad was playing a condom.
I like when you see, old celebrities and stuff like that. Actually, when we were doing the whole sex ed thing, we watched a Fat Albert clip, or movie, actually.
Oh, my God. I remember one of the videos in there, the kid, I have to say it this way. He had what they were calling a wet dream. In his sheets, and he wakes up.
Is this Fat Albert?
No. Well, I mean, the kid was of African American descent. But the point I'm getting at, though, is he wakes up like he had no idea what he did. He gives it like this, like that kind of look, and then he sprays mustard ketchup and anything can get all over his sheets. It's disgusting. I didn't get that. Like he was trying to cover up something, be like. Those educational videos they used to show us,
Quick aside.
Yeah, we
do you remember that time in your life that ever happened to you?
Oh, you dick.
I didn't ask you if I'm not going to share.
I just had
So you were like 12, like running the block?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember. No.
Yeah, I definitely never had that experience.
Can you honestly say you remember that stuff? Because
I remember that period of my life, and that did never happen. Like, I don't think that's ever happened to me in my entire life.
We found, when I used to live in good old Dina, we were playing in the woods, and we found an old Playboy in there.
I think we might have touched on this briefly before, but like, I found it when my dad had a stash in the basement and it was a snow day.
Right.
So we had 2 hour delay. So me and my cousin looked for the whole 2 hour delay. That's what we did.
Nice. We found an old Playboy in the woods and, I will tell myself it was never used. And we each took out one picture out of it and we kept it for ourselves. And little Brian, I guess, just discovered himself that time too. So I will say it was probably around middle school, early middle school. But we don't want to. Maybe we'll say we'll save puberty for another day.
All right, I had to share this. I remember my no, it's not about me. It's about my little brother. My little brother's several years younger than me.
Yeah.
So he was going through that stuff while I was a little bit older, and I just remember him being kind of younger. He's like, "It won't go down," and I just couldn't know. I feel like I should have helped, but I just couldn't stop laughing. Yeah.
So when it finally,
If you have an erection lasting longer than 3 hours, please call a doctor. Do you remember in a 4-year-old virgin when he's like, but it's been more than 3 hours?
yeah.
He's like, did you take the medicine? No, I didn't take the medicine. Oh, you just, why don't you just go take care of yourself?
Let's get back into Christmas spirit right now because that's the wrong kind of spirit to get in right now.
Yep.
That's a little overly happy, So, you wanted to tell me something when we came back.
We know why Santa's jolly. Because he knows where all the naughty girls are. All right, sorry. Enough of the bad jokes.
Bad Santa. I gotta watch that tonight, obviously.
Oh, man, we got, so you want to hear my public transportation story?
No, you were gonna tell me something else besides that.
Oh, you gotta first remember.
I don't know.
The box spring update. We haven't done a box spring update in a while.
May I, just for old time's sake?
For old time's sake.
For old time's sake.
Old time's sake.
Old time's sake. Oh, there it is. All right, here we go. Hold on. And you ready with the number this time?
No, I have no idea. I lost count somewhere
you
around.
Lost count?
Around like 60 days. I lost count.
I say it's almost been 3 months, maybe long. No,
it's been longer.
5 months. 6 months.
It's been more. It's probably been 6 months.
When we went to Winefest, it was still going on there too.
Yeah,
yeah. So
that's been a while.
All right, for old time's sake, with the box spring update, Casey Cochran, drum roll. Hold on, drum roll. And now
the box spring has been moved back upstairs and into its rightful place of the spare bedroom.
Really?
Really. So now my living room is completely wide open. It's bigger.
That's what she said.
Actually, that's what my girlfriend did say. She said, so much bigger in there now.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, not about you.
Womp, womp.
Whoa. Okay. So you got the bed back upstairs.
Yes.
Now, why?
Very easy. My brother was visiting me.
Okay.
So
I didn't say how, but why. Well, you originally, refresh my memory. We moved it downstairs.
Yes.
And now you put it back up.
Well, so I moved from my upstairs bedroom to my downstairs bedroom. And if you recall, the reason why it never made it downstairs in the first place was because the box spring wouldn't fit down the stairs, because in the city, your ceiling is a little bit narrower, a little bit shorter.
Right.
So the box spring wouldn't fit down. So.
Don't you hate when it doesn't fit?
Yeah. So it didn't stay. So it stayed in the living room for a while. So I figured out what I was going to do with it. I had a friend that was going to take it and then had the same problem. So they couldn't take it. So it just sat in my living room for the longest time. And what I decided I was going to do is move it back upstairs and then basically buy a new mattress for myself and then put my mattress that's downstairs, put that back upstairs and just have a legitimate spare bedroom instead of just storage room. So finally it made its way back up. And then eventually when I get my new mattress, then I'll move the mattress that's downstairs upstairs.
Okay.
So that's taken care of. And now I actually have a real, my living room looks a little bit more inviting, a little bit more professional. It doesn't have a beaten up box spring in the middle of it.
Yeah, I meant to do that earlier, but you deserve that, but hey, it's okay. It happens to the best of us. You learn your lesson,
Exactly.
But, speaking of other experiences, you wanted to tell me about your experience with the public transportation.
All right.
I cannot wait to hear this.
Yes, of course. Baltimore City at its finest.
As I always say, the soundboard is on standby.
Have you
fire away?
How much time have you logged on public transportation?
Are we talking, when you say public transportation, are you talking about like buses and
talking buses,
cabs?
Cabs aren't public transportation.
That's true.
So public transportation, class
Metro.
Okay. DC Metro counts, any sort of buses.
Baltimore technically has a Metro. We have a light rail, which I think is more,
It's the same thing.
Yeah. But decent amount. Now that I've moved back up here from the shore, I've logged in more time on the light rail, not so much on the bus, but anyway, we'll go with it.
So, I've been on many modes of public transportation in Chicago, DC, but Baltimore, I have to say, I've had 3 distinct experiences lately that just, it takes the cake. Like, by far, the first, the first experience I had, I was coming back from the harbor from dinner, and this was a little bit sad. It was just me and these two other gentlemen that were sitting near me, and then there was a gay couple that was in the back. And they weren't doing anything. They were just kind of holding hands and just sitting back there minding their own business. And then the one gentleman decided that he did not appreciate that and said some choice words and got kicked off the bus but the guy was right in front of my face while he was yelling at these people. It was a little awkward.
Mm.
So that was weird.
No!
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you chose?
So. Could have done better.
Next time, I was coming home from work, so I had, my nice button up, I had my bag, had my name badge, I looked professional. And I was coming home around the time, like a lot of
special ed.
A lot of kids were coming home from school. So I had a group of local students were sitting next to me, and they see me, and I was the only person of Caucasian persuasion that was in this large group of students. So immediately they I guess took interest in me.
Okay.
And they're like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "I work in security." They're like, "Yo, you work at a strip club?" I'm like, "No, I do not. No, I do not work at a strip club. I work with computers." He's like, "Does that mean you good with computers and Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like they were just I don't know. Like I think I handled it as well as I could have. I was a little uncomfortable, but I just kind of like played along with it, just kind of had fun with it because I only have a couple stops from my work to home. And then like the one guy's like grabbing my badge and looking at my badge, like they're just like fascinated with.
How old were they?
They were like probably freshmen or sophomores in high school.
Oh, okay.
But they were like, they're old enough to not be to know better than be obnoxious, but they weren't like.
Were you wearing your hat to the side that you
No,
are right now?
I was not.
And you're like
a mouse.
No. You had that saved up.
I was waiting for that one. Yeah.
And also I was walking home one day from that. I think it was like the next day, and there's these kids sitting on a stoop, and I was looking pretty nice, but the problem is I had I ripped my shirt earlier in the day, so I had these sunglasses on, and it's like shredded at the elbow. So they see me coming from the front. They're like, "Man, you looking fly, looking all like Tiger Woods and all." And they're like, "Yeah, thank you." And I walk by, and then they see the ripping my shirt, and he just yells from across the street, "Hey, you got a rip in your shirt, yo! Did you know that?" I was like, "Thank you." But probably the most terrifying experience I've ever had with public transportation was this past week.
Yeah.
So I'm riding home on the bus. Because it gets dark real quick. So I just I'll take it's cold. I'm just going to take the bus.
Careful. I'm just kidding.
It's dark outside.
I'm sorry.
So the sun is down.
Like when the sun goes down.
Like Annie said, the sun will come out tomorrow.
Or like Kenny Chesney said, when the sun goes down.
I hate Kenny Chesney.
Of course you do.
We're sitting on
a
a
country
bus.
song I do like that you would hate.
We're sitting on the bus. There's not very many people on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy gets on, and he just like yelling at the top of his lungs at the bus driver, and I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm just like, I'm not gonna make eye contact.
Yeah.
Kind of not necessarily put my face up, shield my eyes, but I pick up my phone and just start checking Twitter and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like the guy smelled terrible. Like you got on the bus, and then you're just like, who crapped their pants? Like, it was one of those situations.
Kind of like how you destroyed my bathroom, kind of like that almost.
Kind of like that. And he's yelling and talking. I don't know what I can't understand the words coming out of this guy's mouth.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "All right, you gotta sit down." So he sits down and he just keeps
sit down,
rambling on, and then he's like, "Yeah, you know my cuz." No, he's like that. No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. What he said was, "That's my uncle, yo. You disrespect him, I'm gonna slap you in your mouth." I was just like, "What?"
He wouldn't make any sense then.
He was not making it. That's the only thing I could understand what he said was he threatened anybody who disrespected his uncle, who must have been the bus driver, with slapping them in their mouth.
And Casey's like,
challenge accepted.
Exactly. You laugh at yourself way too much. But yeah, public transportation can be a little interesting. And
especially down in the city. It's like, all right, you ever rode the bus in Ocean City? It's like riding the drunk bus all the time.
Yeah, during during like senior week.
It's been a long time since I've rode that bus.
I've seen them kick kids off the bus for doing with the bus flip.
What's the bus flip?
So where they grab the handlebars at the top and then jump up and then like basically do a flip in the air. I've seen people get kicked off in the middle of the night for that.
Wow.
Then just like listening to obnoxious high schoolers like, yeah, I'm getting wasted tonight. What are we doing? Yeah, that's always annoying.
I got some chick back in my place. We're gonna go.
Yeah, it's annoying. And then, but the funniest thing that happened to me on the drunk bus was, back in my younger days, me and a friend of mine, I believe we were at, was it the Party Block, or I can't remember what the name of the place was at the time. We're coming back to his friend's house that we were staying at.
Yeah.
And we got on the wrong bus. So we went down to the opposite end of the boardwalk. We were down at like one street, like all the way at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then had to get back on and ride the bus for like another hour to get back to this place.
That actually reminds me of a story. When I went to DC, I saw Dave Matthews Band with Steve Stump. You remember Steve?
I remember Steve.
We when you get out of a concert, we went to RFK, and this is probably my worst experience with public transportation. There's so many different color lines on those trains. You got the red, orange, blue, yellow, whatever.
I know them very well.
Yeah. Actually, this isn't there's been another time too. Anyway, make a long story short, you're supposed to get on the orange. We got on blue. We go in the total opposite direction of where we wanted to go. Yeah. We're trying to get back to, what's the closest, station to here?
So you were on the green line, right? So you were in like Greenbelt?
No, orange. It was orange.
No. Well, they intersect with each other. So the closest one, I know the one that I usually take would be the Greenbelt stop. But I mean, there's other ones you can take.
Yeah.
I don't know them all offhand.
Whatever,
usually the green and the red line, I think, are like for our area, for Baltimore area.
Yeah.
Baltimore/Annapolis, that's probably where you would
There's a station that's right off Route 50, as you're heading, past like, Bowie and,
okay.
Whatever. And that's the stop that I'm talking about. Okay. Anyway, I don't remember the name of it. Point is, we got on the wrong one. And when I was in DC over the summer, we were leaving like just downtown DC or whatever. We were supposed to head back to Fairfax. We end up heading towards the Pentagon.
Ooh.
Be like, oh, yeah, I didn't want to go that way,
And they don't run all night. They don't run all night either.
No. Well, this was during the day, though.
It was during the day.
It was during the day, but when you're going one way and you're like, oh yeah, this looks familiar, you go another way and you see a bridge with water. You're like, I don't remember this, So, yeah, but I don't like public transportation. I don't, I'm not big on it. I'd rather, why ride when you can drive? That's what I say. But if it depends on where you are.
Have you ever tried to park in DC?
Huh?
Have you ever tried to park?
No, I don't plan on it. I will take the metro for that. But around in Baltimore, I'd rather just drive.
Yeah.
But that's just.
I walk.
Huh? You walk?
I walk or cab it, usually. Like if I'm going to Fells
when we did Fells from your place, yeah, we could have walked. But I mean,
I've done it before.
I've done it many times before too.
Oh, yeah, you run over there.
Huh?
I ran from my house down to there. It was not what I want to do every day, but
you're pretty proud of yourself about that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You do big things. Yeah.
Not really.
Did you tell us about the run?
Yeah. Well, I started.
No, you didn't, obviously.
I kind of mentioned it a little bit. But I had the run this morning.
You had the runs, or you had to run?
I had a run. The Celtic Solstice 5-miler at the Druid Hill Park. It's kind of a big winter race that they have every year around this time of year. They actually held it during Snowpocalypse.
And that would
No, maybe not. That was a couple years ago. But they actually held it during a blizzard one year. Which they are really dedicated to this race.
Okay. Motivated, dedicated.
Yeah. I wasn't very happy with my time just because my neck started bothering me around like mile 2. So it kind of, it ruined my drive to kind of finish. But I mean, I finished. But the funny thing, like, there's a lot of people that were dressed up. And I noticed that at the Zoo Zoom, people were dressed up as like animals, wearing like the animal ears and stuff like that.
Not like the furries, right?
No, not like that.
I was gonna say, because that could get interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there was a guy dressed up as Elf was running. Yeah. The funniest thing I think I saw though was a guy dressed as Santa Claus that was juggling while he was running. And I saw him at least 3 separate occasions and he was juggling the whole time. And I felt really bad about myself when he passed me.
It's kind of like what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
you're going to the circus.
He passed me, and I was like, I'm a failure.
That's your theme when you run. You know, it's like going to the circus because you never know what's going to happen, though. You know.
Yeah, so I mean, it was
when I ran the half marathon. I saw Luigi running. I don't
really.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I didn't think people would dress up for that because I thought it was more of a serious race.
I saw a picture of another run. It was like somebody was dressed up as Captain America.
That's
and he had the shield though too.
That's crazy.
That would be pretty interesting to see. I don't know. Maybe next year I won't take it so seriously, and I'll just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna just dress up. I don't know. Come up with some kind of.
I wore my USA pants that I wore out on Halloween.
Of course you would.
Well, it was cold. I was not prepared for the cold, so I had to layer a little bit. So
a little chilly down below, huh?
It was chilly. It was like 30 degrees.
It's chilly in here. It's chilly out there.
It was like 34 degrees, I think, at the start of the race. So
I saw your message this morning. Be like, it's so cold to run this morning.
You don't like running in the cold either. So.
I would have ran today. I ran on Wednesday when it didn't even make it up to 50, and I still wore shorts.
It was 34 degrees this morning.
Well, that's why I hate these kind of runs sometimes. First of all, you have to pay, which, you know, I'm not a big fan of paying money to do stuff. I don't pay for whatever. I'm cheap. Anyway, though, I don't like running. It's just like any kind of event. You have to run early. You know, they start you off at like 7 a.m. at the ass crack of dawn. Yeah. Like, I want to sleep in. I want to be able to, you know, when I run, especially during this time of the year, I'll wait till lunchtime at least to go run. You know, and that's just me. You know, and I still run in shorts. You know, I will run in a beanie and gloves and my Under Armour jacket, very similar to yours.
But you wear shorts.
But I will wear shorts.
See, that's what separates the
men from the girls. Yeah.
There was a guy, and to give you a picture, I had.
Please, no.
I had shorts on, plus I had my sweatpants over top of that.
Don't make me throw up. I'm okay. Go ahead.
I had my this like long sleeve shirt on. It's similar to Under Armour. Yeah. And then I had my sweater on top of that, and I had beanie and gloves. And this guy's running around in the short runner short shorts. They're like above your knee, and then a tank top, like the sleeve shirt. And the guy ran like that. I couldn't believe.
Were they? I'm not trying to, not because I'm interested in this.
No.
No, was he wearing the shorts?
No, it was like a couple inches above.
But they were the obvious runner shorts.
Yeah, they were runner shorts. It wasn't like the halfway up your thigh ones.
A guy in the gym this week wore those to the gym, and he's doing bench and squats. That is disturbing.
It's a little weird.
An old guy doing that's like the kind of guy when you go into the locker room that has no problem taking it off and, you know, drying himself off.
Old guys just don't care. That's all right.
Are we going to get to that point, you think?
I don't know about you. Okay, let me ask you. When you go to the gym,
sure.
What is your protocol for the changing room?
Avoid it at all costs.
So
unless I have to go drain the lizard, then I do not go in there.
Okay.
I mean, I used to have times, and I'll say it just because you enjoy me saying this. Me and my buddy Tom, you gotta chuckle anyway. We used to go to the gym after work. And this was probably like around prime time, 4:00 dinner time. Everybody's going to the gym after they get out of work. You have all the old guys have been sitting on their ass, you know, watching Ellen or, you know, Oprah when that was on TV and Anderson Cooper. And then they decide, oh, well, I'm going to go in the gym, but I'm going to spend all day in the locker room taking a shower with my old crusty balls and drying myself when somebody opens the door, and then just kind of rubbing right down there too. So you can see the sack too.
So I've never encountered that, but I know
that's how a lot of them are though.
When I first took up boxing, like when I was probably senior year of college, when I first took up boxing and stuff like that, I had at first I was nervous. I wouldn't do it whatsoever. But it got to the point where, like, I guess I'd been going in there every day and I was accustomed to it. And then, like, when you're done with something like that, like, you're really a lot more sweatier, at least for me, from my perspective. My shirt would just be soaked.
Yeah.
From just sweating so much. I would sweat more than if I ran. Okay. So I was just like, I can't be in these clothes a minute longer than I have to. So I have to take a shower.
Okay.
And I just, you know,
what you gotta do.
I would be as discreet as possible. I mean, sometimes you gotta, you know, you're in front of your locker and gotta switch clothes. Like,
Yeah, but if you're like me, you don't waste any time.
Yeah, I don't waste any time.
I mean, you're like
I'm not chit-chatting while I'm getting changed.
Exactly.
And that really disturbed me was the people that would like try to chit-chat with you while you're changing.
Oh, yeah. No, then people do it casually, though, too. Yeah, getting back to these old guys or just some guys in general, they'll sit on the bench without a towel or anything, and they just sit there. Locker rooms are disgusting. Yeah. When I lost water over, it was in fall, I think it was, when I lost the water here, I had to take a shower. I take 2 showers a day at the minimum.
That's unhealthy.
Okay. Huh? That's unhealthy?
You're not supposed to take that many, you're only supposed to really shower.
Well, I take 2 showers, but I had to take a shower before I go to bed because I was sweaty and I was at the gym, and you just, like you said, you had that feeling. So I showered at the gym. I have never showered so fast in there. I was afraid I was going to, first see a certain person that we won't talk about anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway. So, but I had more of a fear of running into the guys there, just the old guys, just seeing them. And it was like, I've never been into a prison shower room before, but damn, it felt like if I dropped the soap, I didn't want to turn around.
I mean, I feel like at a certain point, I feel like
I don't care how old you are, though.
But I feel like when you get old, you just don't give an F. Like, you hear the stories about, like, everybody's got that one older relative that is kind of borderline racist. Like, they always say something absurd just because, and I feel like they don't care. They've been around for, maybe 70 or more years. They're just like, I've been around a block and I've seen things that you haven't. So it gives me the right to say and do what I want.
Yeah.
and they just do that.
By that time, you're like Archie Bunker. Maybe you're like my grandfather. My grandfather would not do that, but, yeah, boys. So I was in that locker room and I let it all hang out. Little Willie
Have you ever seen,
Willie was just hanging out.
It's Crazy Stupid Love with Ryan Gosling.
I gotta see that.
There's a scene where if you're not familiar with the movie, basically
Excuse me.
Steve Carell is kind of like this guy who's going through a separation with his wife.
Yeah.
He meets Ryan Gosling and Ryan Gosling kind of takes him under his wing.
Yeah.
And he's show him how to dress, going to the gym and stuff. They're sitting in the sauna, right? So there's this whole series of shots where they're like in the sauna and talking and then Ryan Gosling's butt naked, and he's like got his leg like doing the Captain Morgan, and got his junk all in Steve Carell's face. And of course, it's Ryan Gosling, so no one cares.
Yeah.
And then,
well, if Ryan Gosling had his,
But then Steve Carell, like the joke is they've been in the sauna so long that Steve Carell passes out while he's like in his junk and it passes out. His face hits him right in the crotch.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah.
I like the movie.
I heard the movie's good. I need to see that.
I have it. I'll let you borrow.
I want to watch Bad Santa first, though.
Bad Santa.
Yeah. To get me back in the Christmas mood. Not that I have been enjoying this conversation about old crusty men and, whatnot.
Did you watch anything else good on TV or any movies or anything this week?
I did. We're wrapping up here quick. I know because we BS'd a lot today. I did get a chance to rent the Bourne Legacy.
Oh, what'd you think?
All right. Did you see the other Bourne movies?
I've seen bits and pieces. I think I've seen the first one all the way through, but I haven't seen like the entire series back to back.
Okay. I'm trying to think of give me a trilogy that you like. All right. We'll take Back to the Future. Okay. We both say it's probably one of our favorite trilogies.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard to compare because this is a spy movie, action thriller kind of trilogy or whatever. You take Back to the Future Part 3, and then you take like just a character who didn't even exist, and they just create a character. They throw him in the timeline of Back to the Future Part 3 when he's when he's in the West or something like that. And he's just, it's like Marty McFly's there, but he's not in the movie. No Michael J. Fox.
Okay.
Now imagine what that movie would be like. And there's really no plot.
There's no plot?
There's just like, there's no story.
I was kind of hopeful for that because I like Jeremy Renner. Yeah. But I was
Jeremy Renner did good. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was disappointed with Jeremy Renner in Ghost Protocol.
See, I'm actually going to watch that tonight.
Okay. Well, you let me know what you think about that. I think
no, I've seen it before. I've seen it twice.
I've seen it twice?
Yeah. I liked it a lot.
What did you feel about Jeremy Renner in that movie?
I thought he did really good.
I think they should have utilized him a little bit better. My opinion, like he seems more of a serious actor. Like I like when he does Hawkeye because he does that kind of, he's a little bit funny.
See, I was disappointed in that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think they could have used him a little bit better than that too. But
This is where we differentiate.
I think that he isn't that like comedic action hero person.
No.
He's a little bit more on the serious side.
Yeah.
And maybe I see him more of as Daniel Craig type of guy.
Yeah.
Like
he can have a funny side,
but he's more serious than he is funny.
Exactly.
But his humor comes from being kind of like this serious person, and he just
You
makes
mean like
this,
me?
No.
Okay.
And, no. And then, like in like Skyfall, when he makes like those just
I'm talking
kind of
about Jeremy Renner, not Daniel Craig.
Well, I'm saying like that's the kind of
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. I liked him in Ghost Protocol. I think he plays that serious part. He plays a really good serious part. I still need to see the Hurt Locker because I hear that's one of his
I have
best.
that too. I'll let you know.
I liked him in The Town because he can play a real good bad guy. If you haven't seen SWAT, underrated movie, first of all.
Okay.
He plays the bad guy in that.
Okay.
And he does a damn good job. It's funny because Colin Farrell was supposed to be the up and coming actor in that one. Jeremy Renner, he wasn't really well known. Now he's A-lister.
Hurt Locker's what did it for me. Like that's really what solidified my view of him. So I'll let you borrow it. It's a really good movie.
Okay. Very good.
So I'm assuming you didn't see the, do we have time to talk about the 12/12 concert?
Let me look at the time here. I will give you 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes.
That's all I got.
Wow. That's all we got. So
a lot of big names.
Yeah, I think, I originally wasn't going to watch it. I was going to record it and then watch it like the next day, but I got sucked into it because Eric Clapton's one of my favorite musicians. I heard him on the radio. I was like, I gotta flip this on and watch it. It was a very good collection of artists.
Well, they were older artists.
Oh yeah. I think, Mick Jagger made a joke. I'm not really sure if you consider this in poor taste or not.
Yeah.
But he gets up on stage. He's like, "This is the largest collection of old Englishmen the United States has ever seen. If it rains in London, y'all better help us out." I was like, "That's kind of funny, but
I chuckled.
But and then
that's my fake laugh.
And then I forgive me, I can't remember his name, but the lead singer of Coldplay did an appearance.
Oh, Chris
Snipe?
No.
Anyway, it's someone with an S.
Yeah.
But anyway, he came out. He was like the second to last act. He was towards the end anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And he did some acoustic stuff. He actually performed with the lead singer of R.E.M. Came out of retirement for, he came and did one song.
I heard, I know the song that you're talking about, but I don't, I heard a clip. I heard
Losing My Religion.
Yeah.
And
it was really good.
He made a joke. He's like, being one of the younger people here, he's like, if everybody just donated the average age of the singers tonight, then we would raise billions of dollars. He's like, and then he says, I know you all wanted One Direction, but it's way past their bedtime.
Oh, that's funny.
That was probably the funniest thing.
That is great. Yeah, but they had one of my favorites, Billy Joel, there.
I was really disappointed with his set.
Really?
Yeah, because I just have this Billy Joel just getting old, and
they all are though, bud.
They're all getting old, but Mick Jagger's up there moving, and Billy Joel is put on a little bit of weight. So he was, he's
Christy Brinkley's not with them anymore, so I guess he doesn't have to.
He's playing the piano, and
he is the piano man.
I understand it, but I guess my view is a little tainted because Ben Folds, even though he's a piano player, he gets, he's very energetic when he performs.
Yeah.
And Billy Joel's just kind of sitting there and not really moving very much. And
well, how old is he? He's our parents' age, maybe 60, maybe older.
I don't know.
I'll say 60.
But I'm saying Paul McCartney's old too, and he put on a damn good performance.
See, I don't agree.
You don't agree?
I don't agree.
Wow.
Paul McCartney, I heard the clip. I heard them perform it. They did one of the songs. He was performing "Live and Let Die." Great Bond song. We've talked about that before. It's just I don't know.
I enjoy it.
I think he's finished with, just like with certain bands, even the Rolling Stones, because I was going to buy Rolling Stones concert tickets because they're going to be performing in,
it's going to be pricey.
It was very pricey. It was at least 160 to 200 per ticket.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And that's too much for me to, see. And, I want to be able to say, I saw the Rolling Stones when they came to town. But the more I thought about it, it just, they're getting older, pal. Really
I would not want to say the Rolling Stones. I would consider because all the original members there. The Who, I don't think I could do because there's only I think 2 of the original members.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird because they had a clip of their dead drummer behind the guy who was actually playing the drums, and because the old drummer, did some of the vocals for certain songs.
Yeah.
So in this particular song, they had clip of him singing the song and playing the drums in the background while the current drummer is playing. I was like, that's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I guess like the big thing for me, the highlight of the night for me was seeing Eric Clapton perform. I still have to see before him because I heard like Eddie Vedder was on and there were some other really good performers that I still have to see. But Paul McCartney was pretty good. I thought his set was really long, but seeing him with, the remaining members of Nirvana.
Yeah, Dave Grohl was performing drums.
And I heard about it in a day. I was like, no, that cannot be true.
Yeah.
But the surviving members of Nirvana played one song with Paul McCartney doing, vocals.
Yeah, I heard
and
about
guitar. And it was really good. And it's actually one of the songs in, Dave Grohl's, documentary he's working on.
Yeah.
So I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, and I hear the Foo Fighters are going to be breaking up too.
They didn't break up.
They kind of
they're on hiatus.
Yeah.
Because I think they want to work on some other stuff for a little bit. I mean, they've been touring for a lot, which is really disappointing because I wanted to see them. And it's like,
I sort of saw them before. It was an HF festival that I was working.
Well, I mean,
no, they were good, and I heard Dave Grohl's a pretty cool guy anyway. But
he seems every time I've especially like during Grammys and stuff like that, like he gets it.
Yeah.
And he at least that's the perception that I have of him because he was accepting his award and he's like, this is, thank you, this, it means a lot to us. It means you're recognizing you like what we do. We're trying to do real rock and roll.
Right.
You don't need to have all this synthetic crap to do a good album. I mean, we recorded this album in our garage, like, basically in our garage is what he was saying.
Exactly.
He's like, thank you.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a class act.
Overall, I heard the concert was very, very, it was, I hate saying very, very good. It's my grammar. I'm sorry.
It was well done. It was well put together.
Thank you. Okay. See, I'm very tired today. I'm sounding like Donald Trump by the end of the day.
And they did a good job. I think one of the biggest things, they did a good job of balancing we're here for a cause. We're here to raise money for people affected by Hurricane Sandy, but let's have a little bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
Let's not be too serious, but let's still honor those people. And I mean, they did some jokes. Adam Sandler did,
of course,
he did a brief
Hanukkah song.
Yeah, he did something like that. But then
Jill.
he rewrote the words to be like, I don't know, something like Sandy, go F yourself, something like that.
Okay.
So I mean, it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
anywho, though, the concert's supposed to come out on iTunes, and I think they're going to be releasing it on DVD and Blu-ray. Though,
yeah,
so I definitely will be checking that out.
Yeah.
Also, I meant to mention the Bourne Legacy. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna rewatch it. I have it on my PlayStation. I rented a movie off there. It's interesting. It was more expensive than Redbox, that's for sure.
But then you don't have to go out.
Yeah, that's true. I was kind of lazy. I just wanted to see it. I was in the mood. But a lot of good movies come out. Are you gonna go see The Hobbit?
I'm going tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
maybe
you brought over Lord of the Rings. Maybe I'll finally watch the whole thing. It's a lot to watch. I don't know. I'm going to watch my Michael Mara DVDs. I'm sorry, they come top priority over Lord of the Rings.
We actually bought tickets for The Hobbit in IMAX 3D, but the 48 frames per second, the high frame rate version. So
don't get your hopes up.
I'm keeping an open mind because I've heard mixed hopes up. I'm not getting my hopes up.
Just saying.
But I'm saying I did what we did for Skyfall. I went all out and I'm going to see the very best. I went out. It took me a while to actually find the high frame rate because there's none in the immediate Baltimore area that I could find. So we're going to Columbia actually, which is south of Baltimore.
Yep. I know what Columbia is.
Well,
drove past it last night. Yeah.
So, there may be people who weren't from the area.
Okay, that's true. Maybe a few from Delaware or Pennsylvania, from what I've seen on there too.
Maybe.
Shout out to those guys. Even though Pennsylvania still suck, but we appreciate you listening. Anyway, and you can guess where else you can check us. You can check us on iTunes, Podbean, YouTube, Stitcher. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Brian and Casey Experience. Twitter, BNCEXP.
Send us a tweet. Just say, hey,
yeah,
I'm listening. I enjoy what you're doing, or I hate you. Shut up. I don't know.
Yeah, rate us on iTunes. We would appreciate that.
Yeah, give us a rating.
Yeah, did we have a few reviews when one of them probably is from Joshua. One's from your brother on there, or your stepbrother. And, I think we need to get a few more on there just to, it would make me feel a little bit better, that we're just not doing all this just for nothing anyway, though.
Well, I'm having fun.
I have fun, though,
And
too.
speaking of that, actually, I get a little teaser a little bit. I think you mentioned it a couple weeks ago. It slipped out.
Sure.
We are working on a website.
Yeah.
So hopefully here soon. I don't want to put time frame on because we're my friends Alex and Amy are BFFs are graciously offering to help work on the website.
Okay.
So once that gets done, we can we'll have our own little slice of the World Wide Web.
Sounds good.
One-stop shop for your Brian and Casey experience needs.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to whore myself out on that. I'm not cheap, though. Just,
Not cheap.
I'm cheap, but I'm not going to put myself out there cheap, though. So, anyway, my dog is begging me. I think it's time to eat, and I'm getting kind of hungry too and stuff. So, I'm gonna go take a quick nap or whatever too. Anyway, we will check you guys.
What else are you gonna do? What else are your plans for the week? You gonna take a shower? You gonna take a shower? Gonna take your? I mean, while you're telling us everything that you're doing.
I don't know. Real quick update though. I do go back to the doctors this week. So far, so good. I should be cleared by the end of the week, so I'll let you guys know when we come back. We might be going on a hiatus for about a week or so, but
it's the holiday season.
Yeah,
so
we need a little break, a little R&R.
Well, we'll see.
Casey needs time to go find something to do.
Exactly.
Yep.
But if you don't hear from us before the holiday, happy
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Have a safe and happy holiday.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
The end of Hanukkah.
Kiss my ass.
No,
kiss your ass.
end of
Kiss his ass. Happy Hanukkah.
End of Hanukkah
Did
tomorrow.
you ever see Christmas Vacation?
No.
Whatever.
It's been a long time.
Happy Kwanzaa, Case. We're out of here. Peace out.
Bye.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow.